Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast coming at you. Whew. My goodness, I just feel like each episode we record, it's like it can't get no darker, and then yet somehow it continues to get darker for the Saints.
Oh, we in darkness, baby.
So right after being shut out on Monday Night Football to the Packers, you play the Las Vegas Raiders. They get into New Orleans at like 1 a.m. because they had like flight issues yesterday, so they don't even get to New Orleans until 1 a.m. this morning. And honestly, if you watch that game, even in that first half, it was very clear that the Raiders were a much better team than the Saints.
No question. That was my thing all week. I was like, yeah. The Saints are the worst team in the league right now. Top to bottom, worst team in the league.
It wasn't
It's not
close, Ryan.
close. It's not close. You can put us against the top five worst teams in the league. Put us up against this team right now, like the way they built health and everything. Put up against.
They would get beat by the Patriots. They barely
No
beat
question.
the Giants. They barely beat the Giants with Derek Carr.
With Derek Carr. That's what I'm saying. Like, so right now they are the worst, number one overall pick worthy. But we picked 10.
But we pick it 10, nigga. We pick it in 10th in the draft. Sorry, I don't know what even happened to my I'm getting so upset. My camera went out.
Knocked it out, bro.
And here's the thing. I think our dude Bunch had said this in our Discord, in that last year the Chargers won 5 games. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with my video. Last year the Chargers won 5 games, and they picked 5th overall in the draft.
Got Joe out. Hey,
Must be nice.
must be nice, man. And they pick a Joe out. They could have picked all kind of motherfuckers.
I was talking to my friend. People might not even see me on give me 1 second. One quick second. I might, because it's not gonna let me stop my camera. Give me 1 second.
There you go.
Yeah. We're back. Was talking to my friend about everything, and so the Saints take on the Bucks to end the season finale, week 18. There's a lot of 4-win teams that are playing teams that theoretically may be resting a lot of starters and quarterbacks next week.
Right.
So there's a chance that, I'm not saying that they're going to jump 4 or 5 teams in the draft, but there's a chance that they may jump 2-3 spots if they lose against the Bucks and some teams win next week. That's the hope. But I think the biggest takeaway, and our dude Greg Rosenthal was talking about this on NFL Daily, and he said this comment to Patrick Claybon, is that if you want, as a Saints fan, if you want change, this 2-week stretch, what happened on Monday Night Football, to follow that up with a loss to the Raiders in the first half, they were frisky and the game was close and blah, blah, blah. We'll get into the actual game. But to then lose to the Raiders, the 3-win team Raiders at the time, if that doesn't get Mickey Loomis out of here, and that don't get Gayle attention to get Mickey Loomis out of here, I don't know what will, bro. I do not know what will.
At the very least, get somebody else in the room with him making decisions, or demotion, or promote him somewhere else. Something. But who was it? Was it Dante that said that? It was like, how you gonna have the man hiring the next head coach that didn't want to replace the head coach that we just got rid of? I was like, that's a good ass point, bro. Like, how does that even make sense? The man is defiant, saying we should not have fired this guy is gonna pick the next one. Like
The guy that had Zach Bond in his car crying, going home and drinking himself to
just
depression.
shaking, bro. Just
This
just
this
drop
nigga.
the Casamigo, bro. Just can't take life no more.
Denzel Washington in the car, nigga.
Got
Get
me
me
out
out.
here on special teams, bro. Just, I'm an
That
all-pro
head coach.
linebacker.
That whole coach. That one. That one. It was a little. Oh, bro, it's just in here. It's bad, bro. It's bad. And the thing was just so disappointing is if you watch that, just that first drive the Raiders had.
Oh,
Bro, there's no. They went on a third. Like yes, the Saints forced and held them eventually to a field goal, but they
like
went
a
on
hot knife through butter, bro.
a 13 play drive. Like Brian Bresee gets the sack that's negated by like a offside penalty. Other than that, bro, there's no resistance. You had Amir Abdullah had his career game. He's played 41 games in the NFL, bro.
41 and had his first 100-yard game. He probably get a contract extension. Shit.
Amir Abdullah, it reminded me of the Sean Tucker game he had earlier this season against the Saints.
Name the running back. You could just go down the list. Every running back.
Brock Bowers had another great game, which we knew was going to happen.
Broke records.
And there's just things there's many things. And then you hear Demario Davis and the presser just talking about they've drafted good, they've signed good free agents, and
bro, you probably ain't gonna be on the team, bro. Like, what you talking about, bro? Like, because you was getting you looking old. You've been looking old the past couple weeks, bro. That's all I'm saying. I love DeMario, love him. He is one of my favorite football players, but it's like it's just Saints ain't good, man. Like, I don't know, like it's not a good team.
Demario, you got Pete Warner doing. I don't even know what Pete Warner. I don't know what Pete Warner does. I don't know what his value. I don't know what he does on the football field, bro. Like Pete Warner just be out there, bro.
Be out there, bro.
And you flip it over to the offense, and it's so funny because I really feel like this was the game that was a literal perfect example, exactly what we talked about in the last podcast, of being able to see through the mess and also the feedback loop in the exact same game.
Yeah, exactly.
In the exact same game. The first half, you saw, I would say the first half that we see Rattler played is by far his best half of football he's played since he's
good. It was good, clean. It was just clean, good football.
Clean, good football. Mm-hmm. But even in that first half, and you know what? I'm just gonna call shit like it is, bro. I am very tired of dumb people who don't understand the game of football trying to make what we say things that aren't what they are. Like taking actual football things and trying to make it sound like we're making an excuse for a player or anything like that when they're actual football things. We have, in almost 5 years of doing this goddamn podcast, when a player has been shit, we have called them shit. When they have played well, we have called them well, no matter who it has been, no matter what we have felt about that player. Period. So I'm tired of even though most of the people who are probably saying this shit, they're probably blocked anyway, but just knowing that, like, people, I don't even seek it out, bro. People just show it to us. Just like it's like in Bird Box, bro. People just make us see it. You want to see it? Just see it. You want to see it, nigga? No, I don't. Really
let me be oblivious. Let me be oblivious to it, bro.
Please. But that said, his first half reminded me a lot of his first start too, bro. Where like players around him was dropping passes. A good play would happen. He hit him right in the money, and a player would catch a ball. Then it would be negated or a holding penalty. everything you that would happen happened. I don't know if you saw the play that was a touchdown that was called back. Yeah, you hadn't left yet, right? You hadn't left
Yeah,
before then, right?
yeah,
He he makes this play a little off script, rolls out to the right, throws it down the field to Juwan Johnson, who I want off the fucking team as soon as fucking possible. But Juwan catches it, rolls to the end zone, should be a touchdown, gets called back from a holding penalty on Fawaga, which it should have been debatable if it was an actual holding penalty at all.
right.
Wipes out a 40-yard touchdown.
Gone.
Gone.
Memory wipe. You'll never see it again.
Never seen it again. Nothing get talked about. Just and the at halftime the game is 10-13 if memory serves correctly. Leaves them on a great 2-minute drill, like just a great, fantastic 2-minute drill. Going down the field, throwing in rhythm. He gets hit on his elbow, and then like it seems like it messed up with his accuracy a little bit. Settle for a field goal, goes into halftime 13-10, and it becomes a combination of I felt like Clint Kubiak called an absolute dog shit of a game in the second half. Just absolute dog shit of a game in the second half. And then it's just a combination of mental mistakes, accuracy's off, offensive line starts playing a lot worse, and players dropping passes, and it just becomes the feedback loop
Yep.
all over
Because
again for the entire second half.
right, because then you get second and long, third and long.
Yep.
Then meanwhile the defense is giving up points. So now
You got to press.
you got to press. It's over. It's over. Like just wrap it up. Everybody just go home. Like once we get to that point, it's just like okay, we have nothing, and the team is just not good enough to be in that position. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Just not good enough. It's
it's
not
not.
good. Period. Not even good enough. It's just not good. Like it's bad, man. It is bad football right now.
Got him. Gotham says, get Spencer Rattler a freaking offensive line and he will be very proficient. Clean up throwing into tight coverage, he will be okay. And this is not to say that he doesn't have faults. He does have faults. But I like that first half he played, and again, it was the Raiders, but that first half he played, I don't know why my camera keeps going out. Whatever. It is what it is. Is what you want to see in terms of like, again, not saying this long term, but gives you enough that you think that you could at least work with that for a full season if you have weapons, a healthy offensive line, whatever that is, even though Trevor Penning is worrisome and Reese is worrisome and all that. Just at least with the prism of with a team that's not close to contending, I don't. How does Derek Carr fit on this team? I just want the. How does he fit on this team with that salary? How does he elevate
That's
this
what I'm
team?
saying. Like even if you take the most kindest glass half full view of Derek Carr, say you consider him a top 15 quarterback that if you put in the right situation can potentially take you to a Super Bowl. Let's just say you look at him like that. What is he to this team? Like
He's
this,
albatross. He's
like,
albatross.
like, it's like this team is so far away from that,
Yeah.
so far away from that. It is just a waste of time. It is
Mark.
just a
Oh,
waste of time.
Our dude Mark said it perfectly. Ironically, and then he's referring to Carr. He's not the worst part of the team because our trouble goes so much deeper. So much
That's a
deeper.
fact. That's a fact. And with Rattler, look, man, like watching him now, evaluating him now, you almost got to do it like you when you watch like a small school quarterback, and you just kind of like make everything around him just kind of disappear and just watch the quarterback, and watch what he do, watch his operation, and evaluate that because everything else around him is just a mess.
And
Offensive line is a mess. The wide receiver's a mess. It's just a mess.
I want to be very very clear of how I say this because they were not ever closest prospects, and Caleb Williams has always been a more talented player, and he's had a better rookie season, but I feel like in terms of what they're dealing with, even though Caleb has had better weapons around him,
Oh, no question. It's it's
that feedback loop of what they're dealing with is almost
yeah,
identically the same. It's
right,
identically the same thing.
yeah, same thing, bro. Same thing where the Chicago Bears offensive line isn't good.
No.
Play calling is disjointed and bad. Then you have that forces Caleb Williams into certain situations where his eye level is not good
Yep.
and he's not handling the pressure well, which makes the offensive line look worse than
Right.
it is,
Mhm.
but also brings more pressure on Caleb, which makes him the most sacked in the league right now. So it's just oh, it all goes to hell. It all goes to hell, and that's where the Saints are right now with Spencer Rattler. They can't function unless it's like early in the game where the score is even and you're able to run the ball, you're able to come up with a few trick plays here and there. But outside of like normal, just running normal offense, if it's not like a 2 minute drill or if it's not like some kind of trick play that they ran earlier or something, they can't run normal offense because the team is just so bad. It's so bad. Just
Uh,
can't wait. Just can't wait to wrap this season up. Just gotta wrap it up. Get this shit over with.
Dante said Clint ran the same trick play twice. Tell me you ain't got no bag without telling me you ain't got no bag.
Bro, that bag is raggedy, bro. You post that Louis V there? Nah, it's,
It was that the one I posted when I was in the store. I
yeah.
was like I didn't buy a Louis V bag. I just got a top. But yes, the one I was eyeing, yeah, that bitch
Ooh,
was
that
nice.
thing bad, boy.
Bad, bro. One day, one day. But yeah, Clint don't got one of those, bro.
No, no, no,
No, no,
no, bro.
no.
He got a little Levi's bag or a Puma bag or something.
Um,
I got a Puma
Mark's
bag, so I ain't.
Mark said after today, I would not mind getting an offensive tackle to replace Penning. I I wouldn't either. Uh, here's a question: how many starters do the Saints have
Ooh.
on either side of the ball?
I
Actual
mean,
starters.
I was looking the other day. I was like, they only have about 4 or 5 starters right now that were starters at the beginning of the season on offense. Like the uh
You need to put up our lads real quick.
pulling it up. Like who are actual like who are
Going into next season. How many actual starters do they have on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball?
let's see. Let's look at it. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, wide receiver, you got Kevin Austin Jr. And MVS.
So you got you
Like
got you got Olave and Shaheed,
Lava and Shahid are starters,
okay,
who are both injured.
both injured. So I'm just framing it for like for next
Yeah,
season. Like so
yeah.
they got two start.
Fuaga, okay. Lil
Okay,
T Fuaga is your penciled in starter.
okay.
Left guard. It's gonna be Landon Young or
You don't got you right now.
no.
They don't have a
Don't
starter
have
at left guard.
don't have a starter at left guard.
Left guard.
Center Eric McCoy hopefully
McCoy.
be back.
Okay.
Right guard, I would argue that Ruiz should have like
Competition.
competition, but he's under contract, I guess.
So,
Penning, you can't pencil him as a star. You got to at least go into next off season with legitimate competition for him. Not saying that's a first round pick, right tackle, but man, bring in somebody, bro. We're talking about a right tackle here. I'm not saying they grow on trees, but you could find serviceable right tackles.
Chuckles, bruh.
And I'm not saying Penny should lose his job, but you can't go into the season and say, okay, Penny, you're the starter. We're not
Right.
looking back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too up and down with him. Foster Moreau would love him to come back,
Even
but I would like,
Foster's like that's not a like
but
he's like a
I don't want
rotational
you.
player there.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
want him to be your starting tight end. So we need a starting tight end. Quarterback, obviously. Running back, Alvin Kamara. Hopefully he be back. That'd be your starting running back. Fullback, whatever. Okay, defensive
Okay.
end, left
So
defensive
so
end.
so that
So
was so going into next. So I'm just keeping count. You have 6 out of 11 actual starters on
on
offense
offense,
for 2025.
six, six, almost less than half.
No, someone Jay Sean said and Taysom. Can't count on
Can't
Taysom to be a
count.
starter.
Kasem just
Cannot
blew his
count on.
ACL out, bro. Just blew his
Cannot.
ACL out.
All right, let's do defense. Now we're doing defense. All right,
All
let's
right, left defensive end, Carl Granderson. Sure.
okay. That's a starter.
Uh, left defensive tackle, Nathan Shepard. Or Brian Bresee.
Brees a starter to me.
Make Bresee a starter. Okay.
Okay.
Defensive tackle, Kalen Saunders. No, no, no. It's not a starter. Chase Young. He's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, he's not under contract, so you can't even
So
count.
Cam Jordan looking like he retiring. So look, you need a starter at right defensive end, pretty much.
And Peyton Turner, even though I wouldn't even equate him as a starter, I think this is his year 4, so
Yeah,
he will be a free agent.
he'd be a free agent. Yeah.
And the second round pick that Mickey pounded the table for, and Isaiah Foskey, who is a defensive end, you can't even piss him. You can't even piss him in as a starter.
I can't even find him on Outlast, Adam. He's not even showing up on it. I gotta scroll all the way over. Like, weak side linebacker Pete Werner,
Oh God,
Demario Davis at Mike.
is the Mario back though? I don't even know if you can say Demarius.
It'll be like a legacy thing. Like it'll be like
Okay,
just
all
out of
right,
respect. It'll be purely out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we ain't got nobody else.
okay.
Strong side Willie Gay. Who?
Who, nigga?
Who the hell is that? I don't.
No. And Jalen Ford, unfortunately, broke his fibula on punt return
Broke his
today.
fibula.
Yeah, you didn't heard that? Yeah.
Damn. Lante Taylor, left CB. Is that a is that a,
Is that a starter?
is that a starter?
We need to put Alante at safety. I don't know. I don't at this point, bro. I don't
So
know if you can even consider Alante an actual cornerback starter. I'm not
so
saying
we
this
don't
to
have
be
a
mean.
yeah.
I'm being honest, bro. Like it, he played well in the slot at the beginning of the season, and then once he went to the outside after Marshawn got traded, and it has not looked good.
So we don't have a
Traded
starter at left cornerback. Don't have a
no,
starter.
no.
Right cornerback, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
I would say
Okay,
that's a
let's
starter.
roll with it. Okay, strong size safety, Tyrann Matthew.
Oh,
Yeah, that's almost like Demario, just like a legacy.
oh my God.
But it's like Jesus, can we get better there? Will Harris at for free safety. Like I guess it's a bad team, bro. Like
And I'm being nice and giving you Terod and Will Harris because that's 7 out of 11. And if I didn't give you them, that would be 5 out. So if I didn't give you Will Harris, Demario, and Honey Badger, that would have been what, 4 out of 11 defensive
yeah.
starters? I was being generous.
And we talking about starters, starters. You know what
Not
I'm saying?
depth. Not depth. Oh Lord. I think one of the most telling things of this season, one of the most telling, it's still, this is always still fuck Jeff Duncan. Mark, no, we did not count Cam. We are considering him to be likely retired. He has been on the Saints and Mickey Loomis's ass for better part of a few months.
Yeah.
And it is almost a complete 180, right?
Ooh.
Because if you go back to week 18, a little after week 18 of last season, who was the mouthpiece that Mickey Loomis used, put an article out talking about cultural critiques after
Yep.
everything went down, when he went and talked to the team talking about you either you with us or you getting your ass shipped out. And
Yep.
then he goes and uses Jeff Duncan as his mouthpiece kind of telling like the Saints perspective and blah blah blah, and all that shit has completely been a 180,
Go.
complete 180. So when you're one of your biggest mouthpieces that has been the one that has pretty much told your team perspective a good part of years is now the one who's kind of rooting for your downfall, saying that the entire organization needs changes from the top down, that is hugely telling.
Huge,
Hugely
bro.
telling.
Because, I mean, Gail's sitting there with two franchises, the Pelicans and the Saints, that are laughing stocks right now. Like,
Oof.
bottom of the league laughing stocks right now. These are your babies, your multi-billion-dollar babies. You know, you can't that. And Mickey Loomis at the top of the pyramid, like either top of the
Of
pyramid
both. Of
of
both.
both.
Justin Cass said, "Do you think Gale pulls the trigger and fires Loomis?" I don't have a concrete answer for that. I don't even have a speculative answer for that
I
because
really
I
don't.
I will say I don't know. I think one of the most telling things I will say, and you're not going to hear this from anyone. You ain't going to hear this from Ian Rappaport. You ain't going to hear this from Adam Schefter. You ain't going to hear this from any other Saints podcast that's doing this because they ain't got the deets like we know it. Can I say that? Can I at least say that?
Yes.
One of the most telling things that I was told this weekend is that Gayle Benson has went completely radio silent. She has completely closed herself off to everyone. Does that mean something? I don't know. It may
Oh
it may
no.
mean something. It may mean nothing. I don't know. The only thing I will say, and again, I'm not hinting towards anything because I don't know, and I'm trying not to make this speculative. I'm not trying to say that it means something. But the only I don't know connection or speculation that I will allude to is that the last time someone went radio silent that I remember and I was told and I someone kept telling me, man, this just feels different, was when Sean Payton took a very long time and kind of went radio silent before he stepped down. And that was
Yeah.
very unlike Sean. Because no one, like, after that, was it 2021? After 2021 season, like, he wasn't getting back to people and, like, people couldn't get in contact with him. And it just felt different.
Yeah.
And seemingly, kind of after Gayle fired Dennis Allen, no one's been able to get in contact with Gayle, right? Again, it may mean something, it may mean nothing. So we'll see. Do I think that these last three games, meaning Packers, Raiders, and whatever they do against the Bucks, does like do I think they matter? I think they do because I think the hope is Gayle was tired of being embarrassed with what Dennis Allen was doing. And Gayle stepped in and we were on top of this and we told it like it was. Gayle stepped in and Gayle started doing her own investigating of what the players and what other people in the front office thought of Dennis Allen instead of what Mickey Loomis was telling her about Dennis Allen. And that led to her firing Dennis Allen. At the same time, when she was doing that, she was also getting a dossier of what people thought and think of Mickey. So to me, if you were creating a dossier on DA and you're creating a dossier on Mickey, you already had it in your mind that you potentially, I'm not going to say fire Mickey, but you potentially in your mind have it that you may need to think of an exit strategy with him as the GM. Does she pull the trigger on it? Who knows? But it's
Who
already in
knows,
her
bro?
mind.
Exactly. And sometimes that's enough, you know. And honestly, what the Saints have shown these past couple of weeks hadn't helped them. Like it has not helped them, bro, whatsoever. And look, Saints were ravaged by injuries this year. It's
Yeah.
no way to just look around that. Like you just, it's just no way. It was. I've seen this team go through a lot of injuries. in my years watching the Saints. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like it is terrible. But the fact that Loomis uses that as an excuse and been using it all year, like all year using that as an excuse, like it just reeks of the type of person that I don't want running my franchise.
It's a loser, bro. It's a loser.
Reeks of it. Of this is not the type of person. What about the depth you built? Because injuries do happen. What about the depth you built? What about
Ne-
Falsky? What about a backup center? What about the backup guard? What about backup wide receivers? This is your job, Mickey Loomis. Like
Hello,
that's what you're supposed. So you're saying, well, we got injured.
nigga. It's the
It's like
National Football League,
it's
bro.
the National Football League.
Everybody gets injured.
Freaking Detroit Lions, like, whole damn defense hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not that I'm saying it's not an excuse that the Saints are bad because of injuries, but like those injuries and having comparable young talent to come up under that is a part of the job of the GM. And he's failed at that miserably because right now they are the worst team in the league. The worst. If this team played the whole schedule, they'll be picking number one overall. No question about it. Zero. Like
First,
probably wouldn't win a game.
those first 2 weeks. Those first two
The
weeks, though.
first 2 weeks, bro.
First 2 weeks.
Had us on Greg Rosenthal talking about a Super Bowl.
Looking
Lord have
foolish.
mercy.
Wouldn't
Look
trade it for
crazy.
the world, though.
Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Wouldn't trade it for the world. Can we talk about the reports? I don't even want to call them reports, bro, because at this point nothing is a report that like the Ian Rappaport thing is like, oh, Mickey Loomis wants to stay with continuity. Like none of that is fucking new. We talked about that the day DA got fired, bro. Like
Right.
can we
None of
can
that.
we can we get stamped with a report? Can we get stamped with an exclusive? I'm tired.
Insider.
People, we don't got sources, Brian. We've been told this many times. Like, we don't got sources. I will say, you know, the everyone that it's not a secret that Mickey Loomis wants to hire Aaron Glenn, right? That is not a secret, and that's the Saints' plan A. I can probably say out loud that I just don't. As much as the Saints want to hire Aaron Glenn, and as Mickey Loomis wants to hire Aaron Glenn, I'm done messing with my camera. One, we don't know if Mickey Loomis is going to be making that decision. Two, even if he is making that decision, it's not a for sure certainty that Aaron Glenn is going to want the Saints is going to be on his number one team. Because honestly, what any coaching candidate would have the Saints as their number one team that they would want to coach?
None.
Um,
Not a destination. No coach wants to come. None. And that doesn't mean they won't be able to get a head coach. It's just if you're a prospective head coach, you starting at what's the most easiest way for me to succeed.
that's
And
it.
the Saints are at the bottom of that list. Bottom. Only thing they got going for them is they tend to be patient. Like they have not hired a bunch of coaches over there. But even that's like, okay, you're patient until you're not. Like you
Maybe patient and maybe the division that they play
in a division, which
in. Other than that, but I don't even know if coaches even look at the division.
yeah, it's like,
But if let's say Aaron Glenn chooses another team or what have you,
right.
I will say it. I didn't put a lot of weight into it because I didn't think, the whole betting odds with the Joe Brady thing were legit. There does seem to be a lot of Joe Brady bros on the Erline, bruh. A lot of Joe Brady bros.
I'm not a fan of it, bro. Not a fan at all, man. Hey, I gladly look. If he got hired, I root for him, and
Root for him, bruh.
I'm rolling. Like let's go. You know what I'm saying? But whoo, that'll be one. It'll be risky, and it just reeks of like this is another guy we can kind of mold into our own. You know,
Seems like it would reek of that, and it also reek of man. Let's get that. We get that LSU guy. Get that PR.
get that PR bump. You know you're gonna get that.
You know how they do. And here's the thing: it could work out, bro. It could absolutely work out.
Could be a freaking Sean McVay sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Never know. You just don't know. But I just, it's not even nothing against Joe Brady. I just like, bro, can you get some time on task before you get
Can you marinate, bro? Can you marinate?
build that resume up? You know, like
It's
you got a
just
one
like
page resume right now. What resume? Like, damn, like this it?
I would. Let me say this. Did and I get it. It's the Eagles, and they have a great offensive line. They got great weapons. But shit, can we give Kellen Moore a little credit? What he did with Kenny
I mean, he
Pickett
ain't getting no,
and,
he ain't getting no love.
and Tanner McKee today, bro.
Kelly Moore ain't getting no love.
But yet, Joe Brady out here maybe gonna get a head coaching job after he had Joe Burrow
I
and
think I
Josh
think where
Allen.
her I think where her Kelly Moore was his years with Josh Herbert
Justin
is
Herbert.
like Justin Herbert, and they're like, damn, bro, you couldn't cook with couldn't cook with Herbert, like that is like. So I think that hurt him a little bit. But look, he got the Eagles cooking. His knock was always like, hey, you can't get the run game going. Shit, he about to have Saquon break the rushing record. I mean Saquon, but still, like he about to have the rushing record. Like this record has been
Test of
stood
time,
tall
bro.
for damn near older than me. So
Damn. Sorry.
damn. So
Uh,
nah, like yeah, Kelly Moore. It's just crazy. And you look, the thing about head coaching candidates, Mike Lombardi used to talk about this all the time. Like the names that get floated out around this time is purely political, purely about media connections with agents and teams and front offices. It's nothing about like, is this person good for the job or not.
mm,
It's just these are people talking. These are the names, talking, going, around the cooler and all that stuff.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
like, actually knowing the list of guys who are actually like could be getting a job, really don't know. Like there might be some names that we haven't even heard yet. Could be some college guys we don't know about. Like
Right.
all kind of stuff.
Uh, let us catch up on the chat a little bit when we come back. I think Dante made a good point saying that the last time Gail was seen was at the Falcons game, which we were at. We were at the Falcons game because she was definitely on the sideline. Just a quick point, and maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm trying not to be too critical. But when they've done these panning shots, and we'll go to break after this, when they've done these panning shots, and they did this during the Green Bay game recently, when has this thing started where like Mickey Loomis, they never really show Mickey Loomis in the press boxes.
Ever.
Where is Mickey when all this is going down? When the Saints are getting deep dicked up, deep dick by
Well,
Amir Abdullah and
I
Sean
don't know.
Sean Tucker, bruh, and they peer into the press boxes. Like you see John Mara, and obviously he's an owner, so that's a little
Yeah.
different. But
No, but
like,
you see Joe Shine, you see Joe Shine on, you'll see Jerry Jones and his crew. Never see Mickey.
where's Mickey
Never
at?
see Mickey. I
And cause
do
I
think
remember,
Gary.
I
Good.
remember like when Sean was the head coach, and or when like there would be times when they would show up to the and you would see him, but like it
Yeah.
seems like since Sean left, like you don't really see him. That's
I
weird,
do think
Ryan.
I do think Gail was there today. I did see a tweet
Mm.
or something like that. So she's around, but don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like don't talk to me. That lady there was like, you're not talking to me about no business. When we gonna talk about it, we gonna talk about it. You
And
gonna
here
find out.
and here's it's a point our dude Grant on Twitter and the Discord has made. When you fire a head coach as an NFL team, we saw it with the Chargers, we saw it with the Bears. You typically have your team owner come out, you have your GM come out, they have a press conference, they take media questions, they do the whole rigmarole. Bro, the Saints put out this little statement from Mickey, him being throwing basically like a tantrum,
Yeah,
nigga, and that was it. That's all.
that's it.
That's all there was, bro.
I think they sent Foster Moreau out there. So,
Yeah, that's it, bro.
like, go talk to the media, bro.
Nigga, you be cancer. Don't. Go talk to them niggas. Go. Go.
Uh,
All right. Let's take our break. We'll catch up to the chat. And I mean, I don't know much more else to talk about after this, but we'll be back after the break from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code Block Party to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467369.
We are back. Shout out to our dude Mark, who is learning how to be a moderator in the YouTube chat for the first time, apparently. Just out here. I don't know if he deleted messages. Uh, I don't know what Mark's doing. Um, but anyway, let's wrap up this podcast. Man, oh, so let's pretend and just assume that this team, because they're the Saints and luck doesn't typically happen for them. Let's just assume that they end up picking 10 overall in the draft. We should probably break this news because since the last time we recorded, we didn't know yet, but now we officially know. Going to the Senior Bowl. Hey. So the Saints Block Party podcast will be at the 2025 Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
First time we will be back. We've been back since 2022. Very excited, very happy to be there. Sounds like it is going to be a very exciting, a lot of like big prospects. And I think there's a lot of prospects who are not seniors, who are like juniors, who have declared, who are likely to be there too, that haven't been announced yet, that are likely to be announced. So, going to be exciting, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna put our heads together, try to figure out some content.
Yes.
It's a chance where a lot of people are in one location, so I want to try to get with whether it's Ross or John Hendricks or a lot of the Saints people that we know, or even people from some other areas of the media. You know what I'm saying? Try to get them on, get them, get some time with them during the week and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to work. So that's why your support is very needed. Patreon.com, whatever you could do. Just signing up, being a part of our community, contributing what you can. You know, it
Please.
goes it helps. It helps because we really want like in this transition from the Saints. We got a lot of work to do. We gonna be here. We riding with y'all. You know, we gonna cover it all, every
All.
single part of it, and we gonna bring you the content.
Yes, and there will be a lot to cover because there's going to be a crazy offseason. But let's just potentially assume that they end up picking 10 in the draft. I said this in our last stream, and I think he would potentially fall and be there. I just can't think of a player in terms of how just we never know what's going to happen in the draft. But I can't think of a player for a team that needs identity. No matter whatever happens in terms of head coaching hire, free agency, even though I don't think this team's going to spend a lot of money, quarterback, just can't think of a player that makes more sense for them to draft if he's
So, you
available
know,
than Ashton Genty at 10, bro.
it's easy. Some players are just. It's like Bowers in this past draft. It's just like it's easy, man. It's a player that makes your team better, coach proof, scheme proof.
Easy, bro.
You know, just easy. Go get a good player on your team, bro. If you can get somebody like Genty on your team, that's just easy. We can argue about worth the running back, but man, look, running back in this league today is worth a lot. Like you have, I think, 5 players with 300 carries or more. You didn't have any last year. Didn't have any with over 300 carries last year. Now you got over 5. You got one player about to break a record. So like the running game is back. Like it is back to being of importance. The league is cyclical like that.
Yep.
So man, man, give me Genty. Look, we'll see. We will see how it all plays out. You know, the Saints need so much. Just when I was looking at the roster earlier this week, I was just like, man, we need like more
Oh,
we more need more top 100 picks somehow. I don't know how. Like we don't have anything to trade. I know it's like, but can we get some more picks? Because man, they need talent everywhere,
everywhere, bro.
every single
Everywhere.
level of the team. They
Everywhere.
need new talent, young cheap talent. You know, I mean, they're gonna have to scrape the UDFA. They're gonna have to do. It's gonna be a job. Just like
Here,
when Sean
here,
Payton came in. Well, go ahead.
here. We're back to that same debate again. Our dude Rob said I'd trade Olave.
To me, right now, you would be trading Olave for nothing. Like you trade him at his least valuable, coming off multiple concussions, on a cheap deal, on a cheap affordable deal. So it's like trade him for what? Like you know what I'm saying? That's the question. Like I wouldn't say like to me, I wouldn't say he's not tradable. Like I think everybody is on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is tradable. But it's like, what are we doing here? Because you're making your team worse. Like he's one of the few, and there's very few on this team, talented players on the team. Like so, you're creating a new hole. This is not a wide receiver.
This is not a good wide
This is
receiver
a
class in this
draft
draft.
flush with wide receiver talent. Like it's just not. Like it's there's some nice players, but like true starters, like oh this is a number 1 and stuff like that. Not a lot of those guys in this draft. So to me, it's just kind of like like if maybe
It
if the
just
offer
feels
was right, but
it just feels like it just create doing that creates a unnecessary hold.
I say give Olave a chance to come back and shake back, man. Give him a chance to come shake back with a new offense, new coach, new maybe a new quarterback. We'll see. Give him a chance to come back, shake back, and see what you got. But I agree, but I do agree that we need like more lottery tickets. You know what I'm saying?
So
Just
like
more bites at the apple.
so Rob said I think we could get a top 100 pick. But then that's the thing is that with that top 100 pick, then you're hoping to use that top 100 pick to draft a player that would be as good or better than Chris Olave, and also trusting and hoping that the people in charge who have, again, potentially assuming that Mickey is part of the process, is going to draft a player better. Like I don't know. It just
Um,
that's a,
I just
that's
to me, just let them shake back. Let them shake back, and then go from there. Like shake back, go from there. Maybe he has a great season, and then maybe you trade him. Once you get to a point where you're talking about,
But even then, like,
salary.
but even then, you that would be going into his 50 year option, and then that would be another. You would just pick up his 50 year option. It would have because then our was it Lakers fan 24 100 said the only argument for trading Olave is that his payday is coming. So is flushing 180 million for 5 years worth it? It's not my money. That's my response. It's not my money.
I would have problems paying Chris
Yes,
Olave that type of
the
money
money. I get that.
with the man. I'm telling you, the concussion thing fucks with me. Like I put it in the Discord yesterday. It's like bro, I don't know if you ever seen like if your girl like ever watch you get your ass whipped or something like that. And, like your girl probably gonna be there for you, but she gonna be looking at you sideways like, damn, got your
This nigga,
ass
this
whipped,
this
bro.
nigga
Like,
got his ass beat.
can't protect me. It's
I'm
just like
supposed,
you can't unsee it.
I'm supposed to sleep. I'm supposed to sleep well at night next to this nigga.
You just can't unsee it. And it's just like the concussions thing. It just I can't unsee it. Just him arm stuck like, oh my god. It's just I hate that it happened to him. So maybe I want him to have a year of just good play, of good health, just to flush that out the system. You know what I'm saying? And then we reconvene from there. Whether you pay him, whether you trade him, whether you work out a short term deal, figure that out later. But let's just give him another year to figure it out. I feel bad
Right,
just throwing him away right now
right. I
for a
think
third
that
round pick. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Well, maybe you
Don,
get a third rounder.
I think Dante said but you worry about his contract until you have to. If he demands to trade
Right.
you to him not getting an extension, that's another thing. But
Yeah.
and also too, this is a player who put up great numbers with his rookie season with Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston, in his second year with Derek Carr. He had a
Who?
better rookie season this in his rookie season than Marvin Harrison Jr. is having this season with Kyler Murray.
Right.
Like
It's
to
a good
just be
player,
like
man.
just like I it's like
I
for a
just
team that
think,
has struggled so mightily to get and draft good players, I
but I
just feel
think from Saints fans' perspective, they're really operating from a "what have you done for me lately," and it's just Chris just haven't had like didn't have like a great season this season. Like even when the offense was humming, it was really going through Shaheed and it was the running game and all that. And I just think he's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And you had the injuries, so I just think people kind of forgot. Like dude was talented, bro. Like and he has a chance if he gets the passing game, a good quarterback up in here, bro. Even not a good quarterback, like the dude has produced, man. Like the dude has produced. I think he
I
just got to remind y'all.
I would say this: if he goes somewhere, and obviously the health thing is a thing, right? But if he goes somewhere and he's the concussions are a thing of the not I won't say a thing in the past, but he's able to get past that and he's able to get with a good quarterback. I think I'm not going to say he's going to become like Nico Collins esque, but I think he could have a Nico Collins
Yeah, or
vicinity.
like Scary Terry, with the
Yes,
Commanders. It
easily.
always reminded me of each other because
Yes.
he was always that type of player. Like, man, if he just gets some good quarterback play, he could be a 1,500-yard receiver and this and that.
Yep.
And then every year is just like, just another year where it's just kind of disappointing. Fantasy owners pissed off. Da, 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 da. But then finally this year he gets a quarterback that really could play, and you see it. Like you see it. He's an awesome player. And I think Chris Olave a lot like that.
Yes. Well said. Anything else you want to hit on, point out before we
Nah,
wrap things
man.
up?
I was watching this Vikings game. Man, I will say this about Brian Flores, bro. Like that dude cooking, bro. Like that. Like I have my problems with Brian Flores as like a head coach, but man, what he did on defense this year, it was something to watch.
Impressive.
It's
Very
impressive.
impressive.
Not too many coaches these days are creating new things and
And it
innovating,
been
and, and he did that this year. Like he got with a lot of guys, like they got talent on the Vikings defense, but a lot of them are just guys from around like they aren't drafted guys. A lot of them are just free agents that they brought in, and he's doing all kind of shit with them, man. But
he you know who did that last season that was also super impressive? and I think this is just it's just a sign of just in this is what defensive coordinators do that DA never was really able to do is what that's what D'Amico Ryans did last season with the Texans.
Sure
I
did.
always go back to that Saints Texans preseason game, even that the regular season game, but that preseason game, like the Texans defense of just nobodies was just flying all over the place, bro. Just
Yep.
nobodies, bro. Like
I
players that were
remember.
going to get cut. I was just like, who are these fucking dudes? Like that's
Yep.
like that all goes back to what? That's a culture thing.
Exactly.
That tone is set in training camp. That tone is set from the head coach. So we'll see. Jay Sean said, I don't know why, but every mock draft has Milrow and Ewers going early second round. I wish. I think Ewers probably goes back to school. That Mil, I, that Milrow. We could do a whole podcast on Milrow, but I think all I'm going to say about Milrow is that people refuse to be able to have a nuanced conversation about him. They just can't,
No,
bro.
no, you can't, bro. I can't. That's why I can't wait till we fast forward to
I can't, bro.
when the process actually starts, and you really start hearing what people think. Then it'll be fun. Right
I
now,
would.
people like Miro. That dude sucks.
That's all you hear. It's like, and it's like no, I can't do it. I can't. I don't even try to entertain those discussions. I try not to because it's just like it's pointless because I just know it's not going to lead to anything conducive. Wayne said, honestly, Miro is going to be all over the place until it's finally over. Yeah, like his draft range to me is going to be absolutely fucking fascinating.
Hell
Absolutely
yeah.
fascinating. I keep saying that the Steelers would be just the perfect team for him. Like
Oh yeah.
like that they just bring back Russ maybe another season, draft Milrow so he doesn't have to start immediately. You got a plan in place and just let him sit. Makes a lot of sense. A lot
Hell
of
yeah.
sense. I'm gonna ask you a football question just so I'm curious. Uh, Rob said the worst thing for Milrow is Anthony Richardson being his comp. To me, he's not Anthony Richardson. To me he's Jalen. He's a faster. He's Jalen Hurts, except he's faster. Like I can't explain him as a prospect. It's hard to explain him as a prospect, but he reminds me very similarly of Jalen Hurts, except I think he's a more advanced passer of Jalen Hurts was as a prospect, and he's going to be one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league when he steps into the league. I just think that alone is going to be a very tantalizing thing for coaches and people in the NFL.
Yeah.
I do. Ooh,
So,
Wayne said Seahawks for Milrow. Ooh, I like
I can
that.
see it.
I like
I can
that.
see it.
I like that a lot. Louisiana said, "Dang, don't you like Justin Fields, Adam?" I think I've kind of seen enough of Justin Fields. I feel like Justin Fields is a perfect example of what Kevin O'Connell says of young quarterbacks don't fail, organizations fail young quarterbacks. And I feel like he's gotten to the point where he's just so far in the feedback loop where I think he might be too going to try to save.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, and maybe he'll put it together at some point. I would actually wouldn't mind bringing him in though. Like I wouldn't
Oh,
mind bringing him in,
I win it all,
just to
bro.
compete, just to compete. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they have some packages for him. Who knows? Like
Yeah.
I would love to bring somebody like that in.
Jay Sean said, "Give me Genty in the first and Milrow in the second." Fuck it, boy. The Twitter and the streets would be hot, bruh.
Oh
Would
Lord.
be hot. I wouldn't hate it, but you would have to have the perfect coach that would have to have a
Yes.
vision to
Yes.
execute it.
That's the key right there.
Like if you said
That is the key.
Genty in the first, Milrow in the second, that means that would need to be tied to a Todd Monken, a Liam Cohen. Like it got to be tied to someone that can execute that maybe a Joe Brady, maybe I don't know, but it would have to be someone that could execute and orchestrate it to work perfectly.
Because your
Perfectly.
whole team got to be bought into that.
Whole team.
Whole team.
Whole team. And the Saints don't operate and think outside the box like that. So that's why
Nah.
I just don't see it. I just
Nah.
don't see it. They're just too old school. Too
Too
old
old
school.
school, bro.
Anyway, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back. New Year's is on Wednesday, huh? I don't know. There's a lot of bowl games, a lot of exciting bowl games. So this is speaking of talking prospect, we're talking draft. These next couple of days, watch your college football. Watch your college football because it is bowl season. Speaking of Genty, the Boise State plays against Penn State, so you get to see Abdul Carter, who we have no chance of
Ooh.
drafting.
Ooh-wee.
So we have no chance of drafting soon. So I think that's on Tuesday. So we'll be back soon. We'll figure it out when we'll be back, and then we have the season finale of this season. Saints, Bucks, Sunday. It comes to an end finally, and we take a small break, and then we get up and running again as we prepare for the Senior Bowl off season. Maybe we'll get some news right after that Bucks game. An alert comes in that Mickey Loomis gets relieved of his
Ooh-wee.
duties, get to do a Jersey
Oh,
podcast.
please.
Anyway.
Saints are going separate ways with Derek Carr.
Oh
Oh,
my God, nigga. Pass, pass out, bro.
whew.
Need it. Anyway.
We will record. Trust me.
One last thing. I'm sorry. It is crazy to me that the Saints immediately put Eric McCoy and Lucas Patrick on IR
Oh,
at the last game. Derek Carr has been injured since that Giants game. Has missed 2 games, 3 games. I've lost count. This and still is not on IR. Billy Ray Valentine said, "How is the agenda working out?" Working out just fine, Billy Ray. Appreciate you checking in.
great. Thanks for watching,
Thanks.
idiot. Dumbass.
Mental health, bro. Literally mental
Seek
health.
help. Like, seek help, bro.
Anyway, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will be back later this week for the preview pod and then the recap pod and the live stream for the season finale. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. With that, we're out.
Peace.